This is the 40th year that the Arab American Democratic Club, which we've adjusted because of the ugly politics and polarization in this world today, to the Arab American Democracy Coalition. You support us, we support you. And some people don't want to support us. Okay, that's your right. But those people that support us, we want to acknowledge them, we want to respect them, and we're going to work with them. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's a red line with that mayor of Orland Park, Keith Pekau, one of the most racist mayors I've ever met in 45 years of covering Chicago politics. To have somebody tell, and where's Yusuf Ziger, by the way? Is Yusuf Ziger here? No. He's not here? Yeah. Yusuf Ziger had the courage to go to that board meeting in Orland Park and ask to pass a resolution for Gaza like they passed for the Ukraine. It was a simple request. And the mayor could have said, no, it's too controversial, I respect you, we'll talk with you. But instead of doing that, he said, if you don't like it, go to another country. And as a veteran of the Vietnam War, that's the most offensive thing that you could say to an American, that I would hear somebody say. It's horrible. So, we're going to begin. Is Nurhan Osman here? Yay. We're going to begin with the singing of the national anthem with Nurhan Osman. Nurhan?
Can I move this, or can I? No? Okay, sorry.
Let me interrupt.
No, you're okay.
We don't touch the mic because it'll make all kinds of noises, and I apologize, but you can sing from there, it'll get picked up.
Perfect, thank you. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
Phenomenal. There's nothing like being an American. We want to have one moment of, we're going to have a couple moment of silences just for a moment. So 1 moment of silence for more than 50,000 people that have been killed in the war in the Middle East and Gaza. Women, and the majority are women and children. Regardless of your politics, it's about human beings and respecting human beings. And this, some people say this is a political statement, but it's not a political statement. It's respecting life. And supporting peace is about respecting life. So let's just have 1 moment of silence for the people of Gaza first. We also want to take a moment and remember somebody who was so critical to the evolution of the Arab American Democratic Club. This guy is so missed. He passed away recently, so we'd like to have a moment of silence for Ken Getty. an activist, a community leader, and a former mayor in Lyons. Thank you. Thank you, Noran, for that beautiful rendition of the national anthem. As I mentioned, this is the 40th year for AADC working for the community. I'd like to bring up our president, who's going to offer some remarks, Ahmed Sauz. Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to everyone in attendance. My name is Ahmed Sauz. I'm the president of the Arab American Democracy Coalition, formerly known as the Arab American Democratic Club. Thank you for taking time out of your Sunday to join us alongside the elected officials and candidates here today. Your support is invaluable, and it's crucial to show your backing now and at the polls. Today, we will hear from individuals who are up for election and re-election, and those who will advocate for the importance of supporting those who are running. Please hold your comments and questions until the end. You'll have an opportunity to meet and greet the politicians in attendance. Please be respectful and courteous to others. A little about myself. From a very young age, I knew I wanted to help people. So I started a career in public safety at the age of 15. And I continued along that path until I became a police officer. A few years into my career, I realized I made the right decision. Waking up every morning to serve the public is not a burden. In fact, I look forward to going to work every day, and that in itself is a blessing. Soon, I began to wonder if there's more I can do to make a positive impact on society. And that's when I met founder Samir Khalil. His reputation in the community is remarkable, and he's well respected by everyone. The more I got to know him, the more I understood why people held him in such high regard. Samir created this organization 40 years ago, but our organization recently had a name change. The board believes that the Arab American community should not be rubber stamped to any specific party. We should vote for the right candidate regardless of political party. Over the years, some Democrats and Republicans have demonstrated positive things for the Arab community. This organization is made up of individuals with different religious backgrounds, ages, and countries of origin. However, we all share one main goal: to support those who support us, the Arab American community. I would like to take this moment to thank sincerely the rest of the board of AADC. Without them, this couldn't have been possible. I would like to start with the Vice President, Naveen Judah. Board Member Sonia Khalil. Board Member Ray Hanania. Board Member Muhammad Jabir. And Board Member Sophie Yassin. Again, all of you guys, I truly appreciate your help. Thank you so much. So simply complaining about issues without taking action is not an effective way for change, and I'm sure we can all agree to that. That's why it's essential for us to view the elections as an opportunity to make a difference. I encourage you to continue to advocate for candidates you believe in and motivate your family and friends to vote. Please ensure that all the adults in your life are registered voters. Anyone who could vote should vote. Samir founded an organization that serves as a key platform for elected officials and provides opportunities for individuals otherwise that lack access. All he asked in return was for equality and fairness for all. He expected nothing from anyone. After 40 years, he continues to positively impact elections, supports political candidates and officials, and guides voters in the right direction. I would like everyone to welcome and give a big round of applause for Mr. Samir Khalil.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here on a cold day. Ahmed Sous, if you don't know him, he is a policeman at Palos Hills with Mayor Jerry Bennett. Ahmed Sous is a great leader, strong-willed individual, and he received an award, when, was it 2 years ago? 2 years ago, for saving someone's life in Palos Hills. And thank you for that. And we're lucky to have Ray Hanania, a 50-year-old experienced top journalist, not just in Chicago or the surrounding suburbs, but he is well known all over the world. Thank you for being part of this organization, Ray. And the new board, they are really good people, and I appreciate them for putting the effort in having such an event today. Our event is not packed like it used to. It's a little bit less, but we're happy about that. Then we can focus on the people that support us, and we support them. Those people who used to come before, they want our votes, and they want our donations, and we don't see them again. But we're weeding out the support and the lack of it. And we're happy to have you this morning. Thank you, friends. And the AADC is about empowering the Arab American community and educating our elected officials. Our goal has always been to seek inclusions in the government and political process. We stand up for justice, the rule of law, and fairness. We do not discriminate against anyone, whether Christians, Muslims, or Jews. And we insist that we not discriminate against because of who we are, Arabs, and not Middle Eastern. This Middle Eastern label was put on us by Britain, France, and other colonial powers. I'd rather you use always the Arabic people, Arabs. Middle Eastern, that includes a lot of other countries. This is to separate the Arabs from West and East, the African Arabs and the Asian Arabs. We are not just Middle Eastern, because we are in that location that also add up to it. And this is concocted by Britain and the creation of Israel to put Israel as part of the Middle East. And we don't want to be Middle East. We want to be Arabs. We're here today because we have elections coming up on February 25th and April 1st. We want our voices to be heard, so we are volunteers to create this forum every election to provide a platform for good people from our community to engage in public discussion about the issues with our officials. And our officials that we respect are here today. We never demand that you agree with us. We demand that our voices be heard. You don't have to agree with us, but you do have to respect our rights to have our opinions as a fundamental right that is supposed to be guaranteed to every American under the U.S. Constitution. Yet, during the Gaza genocide, Arabs and Muslim American students and professors were targeted and prosecuted for protesting against the genocide and the war crimes that took the lives of more than 55,000 Palestinians in Gaza. The majority killed were women and children by 2,000 pounds bombs made by the USA. And as a USA citizen, we protest and we disagree with the way the White House, Congress, and Senate operate. Some of the Congress and the Senate, they receive $2 million a year in donations to their pockets by the AIPAC. AIPAC put a stranglehold on our politicians. That's why America is involved all over the world. Over 1,000 bases by American weaponry, American soldiers everywhere. What for? That's why they don't need embassies by having bases. They just wage war anywhere they want to at the demand and the command of the AIPAC. And we should stand up. We should not be afraid of that. Those 55,000 people that got killed, plus 150,000 injured, the little children, they were shredded. When the doctor hands a mother a bag of 3 pieces and hand them to their parents and say, here's your child, can't we morally be obligated to something like this as a human beings? Whether you're Muslims, Christians, or Jew? Enough of this rhetoric by someone like Pekau from Orland Park. Enough. He said he wants us to go back. Trump said we want you out. What do? We go back? This is ridiculous. We are not doing enough as a human being. We're standing on the sideline. We're watching. It's been a year and a half, and we're still watching. I hope we all stand up together as a community. I'm going to cut my speech short because 15 months is enough to speak out. I'm not going to speak anymore. You know the rest of the story. I just want to thank you so much for coming today. I am excited to listen to our guests, friends who have supported us since the beginning, and those who are new, and those who are joining us for the first time. Thank you all for coming, and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
We're going to take a break so you can enjoy brunch, and then we'll start our program maybe with a few speakers while you're getting something to eat. And just remember, we don't ask you to agree with us 100%. All we ask is that we be engaged, that we be part of the process, that you listen to us, that you hear our voice, and you allow us to be like everybody else, to tell you what we believe, make our case. That's the most important thing. And one other thing I want to emphasize, this event is about Christians, Muslims, and Jews. We have a lot of Muslims in our community. We have some Jewish members. My wife and son are Jewish. I'm Christian, but I'm Muslim by culture. And I'm really proud to be Muslim by culture. And we all respect each other. It's about politics and government sometimes overseas that we have a problem. So right now I just invite you, if you'd like to get some brunch We'll take a few minutes, and then we'll have a few more speakers start. All right? Naveen Judah, one of our board members.
It's a little bit too tall for me. Thank you. I'd just like to thank all of our sponsors and everyone who purchased the table today. Mohammed Abdullah, Alpha Towing, Collision Craft Towing, Azmi Muhammad, Michael Porfirio, Mohammed Hamad, Badi Ali, Globe Insurance, Mohammed Ghazwani from Al Wala, S&M Auto, Saad Mali, All United, Wasfi Tolimat, United Holy Land Fund, the Judah family, not my Judah, but still, Arab American Family Services, Tony Resco, CARE Action Illinois, Mayor Chris Getty, Payless Township, Rep Barita, Ehsan Swice, and Louis Pesto. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Just press on this thing and bring it up to you.
Wow. That's mechanical. As I mentioned, this is the 40th year for AADC working for the community. We're volunteers. None of us get paid. We do this because we believe in our community and giving our community a voice. All we ask is of our officials, you don't have to agree with us, but you just open the door to us, to listen to us and hear our voices. That's all we want. The opportunity to tell you our story, have you listen, and hopefully consider our needs. I want to give special recognition to some of the officials and candidates that have consistently supported the Arab American community and this organization. Some of these officials have been doing it for years. Bridgeview Mayor Steve Landeck, Lyons Village President and Lyons Township Supervisor Chris Getty, State Senator Mike Porfirio, State Representative Cyril Nichols, who we will hear from a little later about the minority business enterprise option for Arab Americans and Muslims. State Representative Abdul Nasser Rashid for his leadership in Springfield and his great work that he's doing for us. The idea of having a Palestinian in the legislature 40 years ago was unheard of. People would have gave us all kinds of trouble, so it's so good to see Abdul Nasser in Springfield. We have a number of people who are running for school district. I don't have the complete list. If I leave you out, you can come up later. We'll make sure we acknowledge everybody. Our only criteria, again, I'm going to tell you, this is a red line for me. Mayor Keith Pekau, he's a bad person. If you leave with anything today, it's Keith Pekau needs to go in Orland Park. There's Orland United, All United, and the Arab Democracy Coalition are working toward that goal. And we're going to change that. We will not accept that racism against our people, taxpayers, veterans, and community leaders. In Payless School District 117, we got Rasha Atullah. In Indian Springs School District 109, we got Maher Khattab. In Burbank School District 111, we got Jamila Gosha and Rafida Daoud. In High School District 230, Tasneem Amin. Orland School District 135, Aisha Zayed. Payless School District 118, Suzanne Atullah. We also have Orland Township trustee Lena Mataria. Her family has been involved with this organization for generations. And like I said, I don't mean to leave anybody out, but anybody I do leave out, you bring the name, we will make sure you're recognized for taking the time to come up here and agreeing that Keith Pekau is a terrible person. All right? Because you're not going to get up here and talk if you like the guy. I'm sorry. Just the way it is. I want to also acknowledge Mohammed Jabber. He's a trustee at School District 230. He's the first Arab American to serve on the School District 230 board, a board that 30 years ago, 10% of the population was Arab students, and yet they were 90% of the expulsions from District 230. And the reason they were 90% of the expulsions was once you were expelled from District 230, your entire family had to move to a new district to go to school. And that was the board and the attorneys at the time who ran District 230 who wanted us gone. But the opposite has happened. When you punch somebody, Arabs will stand up and will defend ourselves, and we will fight back. Right now, I'd like to invite a couple of our keynote speakers. I know that some of them are on schedule. So Abdul Nasser, I don't know if you want to come up. I know you're on a tight schedule. Abdul Nasser Rashid, our state rep. Thank you, Abdul Nasser. Thank you, buddy. It's good to see you. In spite of a few little differences, you're phenomenal.
That's okay. Appreciate it. Good morning, everyone. My name is Abdul Nasser Rashid. I'm the state representative of the 21st District, and it's always great to be here at this AADC brunch. Good to see everyone. Thank you for coming out and for supporting the Arab American community. It's pretty inspiring to see the number of candidates who are running for office from our community and those who are working hand in hand with our community. We have so much talent to offer, and I think that's one of the things that we've internalized. There's so much talent, there's so much expertise, there's so many people with different experiences from all walks of life who are running for office, whether it's for trustee or for school board or for parks or libraries, and so it is really just amazing to see the number of folks who are rising to the occasion to give back to their communities, to give back to their state and to their country. Samir said a lot of important things that I don't want to repeat about the situation in Palestine and the genocide in Gaza, but I will say this. In the last few weeks, I introduced a bill in the Illinois House called the Illinois Human Rights Advocacy Protection Act, HB 2723. What this bill would do is repeal our outdated and very problematic law that was passed in 2015 and signed by Governor Rauner that penalizes companies that boycott Israel. So when Ben & Jerry's decided that it was going to stop selling ice cream in illegal Israeli settlements, our pension fund retaliated against them by divesting from Unilever, its parent company. Exactly. And when Airbnb decided it wasn't going to list units in the illegal settlements, they had to backtrack and say, no, never mind, we're going to keep listing units in the illegal settlements because we're afraid of divestment laws like the ones in Illinois. And so it's time that we kick that law off the books, and I want to especially thank my senator who introduced a companion bill in the Senate, Senator Mike Porfirio. Thank you so much, Senator. So hopefully between HB 2723 and SB 2462, if I remember correctly, we're going to finally do the right thing and put Illinois back on the right side of history. And we're going to need all of your help to do that. If you would please make sure to talk to your state representatives and your state senators and encourage them not only to support the bill, but to co-sponsor the bill. That would really go a long way. I want to thank you all so much again for being here, and enjoy your breakfast, and don't forget to vote on April 1st. Take care.
Thank you so much, Abdul Nasser. We appreciate what you're doing. It's a long time coming for that bill. Illinois was the first state to introduce that anti-BDS bill, and BDS is about boycotting a government and a politics, not a people. They want people to think it's about a people, but it's not about a people. It's about government policy that needs to change. And we appreciate Abdul Nasser for having the courage to do that. It takes a lot of courage, and Senator Mike Porfirio for introducing that into the Senate. I'd like to introduce the village president of Lyons and the chairman of the Lyons, supervisor of Lyons Township, Chris Getty. Don't touch them.
Don't touch the mic.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Ray. I want to start off my comments by thanking the AADC as well as Samir Khalil, his daughter Sonia Khalil, Ray Hanania. You guys do an excellent job, as well as the new president who spoke earlier today. As Ray mentioned, I'm the mayor of the Village of Lyons. I'm also the supervisor of Lyons Township. We're in Lyons Township today. I want to thank our host community, Mayor Steve Landick, who's with us today, Senator Mike Porfirio, State Representative Abdel Nasser Rashid. I appreciate you guys being here and your welcomeness to us. The reason I'm here is 50 years ago, my father, who was a young political activist, met another young political activist that opened a business in our community, the Village of Lyons. That individual was Samir Khalil, and those two became fast friends. And year after year, for the last, I would say 15 years, I've been here at every single breakfast with my father, supporting the Arab community, supporting the AADC, and most of all, supporting our friend Samir Khalil. My father taught me the values of standing up for your friend, standing up for your neighbor, whatever they're going through. The Arab community continues to go through challenging times. At my level of government, the Village of Lyons, the Township of Lyons, we stand here in support of you. I know we have many speakers here today, but on behalf of my family, I thank you for the moment of silence, for highlighting my father. I thank you for your care and compassion. As I said, I stand with you at this time. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mayor. Great guy. I want to invite State Senator Mike Porfirio to come up and say a few words. These are people that have been with us from the beginning when it was unpopular to stand next to an Arab American. So we're giving them a special spotlight today. Mike?
Good morning, all. Always great to be here. Want to thank the Arab American Democratic Club for their support over the years. Always good to be in my hometown of Bridgeview, and seen a lot of familiar faces. Thanks to Mayor Steve Landick and the Democratic Committeeman of Lyons Township. My friends and colleagues, Supervisor and Mayor Chris Getty, State Representative Abdel Nasser Rashid. And, you know, we really do make a point to work together, to represent the community, to make sure that we have government that delivers good service, and that we're fighting for policies and legislation to basically let everyone achieve the American dream. And that's what I feel is the common theme in this area. You know, working class people, working families who want their kids and their grandkids to do a little bit better than they did. And so we're always fighting for good education. We're fighting for good government, and we're fighting for funding to invest in our neighborhoods and our communities. So we'll always be fighting and working for you. We appreciate the support, and it's an honor to represent the 11th Senate District. Thank you very much.
I want to also invite a couple of our other speakers that are keynote speakers. Mayor Gerald Bennett. Where is the mayor? Come on up, Mayor. Do you want to say a few words? I know I was the first Arab to move into Burbank, okay? Who was the first Arab to move into the Palos area?
Well, I have to go back sometime.
All right, come on up, Mayor.
Thank you, Ray, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's been certainly probably close to 28 years ago when Samir invited me for the first time to be part of this annual event. And I don't think I've missed one since then. But I think the important thing here today, and the theme here today, is the diversity of any community. And I know there's some fellow mayors here this morning that I work with during the year, the Southwest Conference of Mayors, the Metro Mayors Caucus, or the Illinois Municipal League. And they too are trying to work to make our communities better and service us. But for me in Palos Hills, it has certainly been an honor and a privilege to have been mayor of Palos Hills for the last 44 years. It's a long time. But as I've talked to Samir and introducing me to this organization, that I understood years ago the importance of diversity. Diversity in a community is what makes it thrive. And in Palos Hills, over the years, we've seen those demographics change. And certainly over the last 10 plus years, to see the growth of the Arab American community in Palos Hills. And I think what we've done is opened our arms up and understood the importance of integrating into our community the members of that community, whether it was hiring. In fact, 6 years ago, I think it's been about 5 years ago, I had a vacancy on the city council, and I appointed Phil Abed to that seat. And he was, at least to my knowledge back then, the first Arab American city council person in the southwest suburbs. Phil went on to win his election, and he's going to be running with me again on April 1st for re-election. But I ask and reach out to you, certainly for those who live in Palos Hills, that we have worked hard over the years to build that community. Very proud of what's taken place. Some of the best educational institutions. We have a safe community. And officer, is he still here? Yeah, he should still be here. Thank you for your work as a Palos Hills policeman. And to step up now and be part of an organization that's important for all of us in Palos Hills. But Palos Hills, we're so proud of what's taken place over 44 years. Safe neighborhoods, good schools, economic development, and probably my prime message to you, for many in this room, the Arab American business community. Palos Hills has seen phenomenal growth over the last 5 to 10 years. And it's been an investment on the part of the Arab American community in our town to not only work with them when they first start out, but also to work with them as they are there now in promoting their businesses. It's important to us. It's important for all of us, I know as mayors, to understand a sound economic advancement for your community to grow and prosper. And we've been very, very lucky in Palos Hills to have that happen. I can't thank you enough. And it's also been an honor and privilege to work with members of the City Council to help make this happen. And I know in the audience today, I probably have 5 or 6 of our City Council people who have worked with me in making that happen and welcoming the Arab American community, not only as residents, but also the business investment that's taken place. Palos Hills has seen phenomenal growth, almost 40% increase in sales tax over the last 6 to 7 years, and that's due to the investment of the Arab American community, and we cannot tell you how much we appreciate that. Thank you. But as I seek election for my 12th term, I want to continue the good work in Palos Hills. We want to continue to make our streets safe, to make a vibrant community, the quality of life, improving our parks, improving our infrastructure, and that takes a lot of work. And some of the people in this room who are running as aldermen re-election, I ask that you support them too. They're part of this team, and we will continue to make Palos Hills a better place for all of us to live in. But my final message, I guess, is what I probably, as being a guest speaker in the past, in addressing this organization and the Arab American community, and the beautiful Sonia Kalia, who I supported for state rep, is to get out and vote. You have the power. You have grown as a community. You are now integrated into our community. You have the power and opportunity to elect good candidates, but it takes people to get out and vote. And I guess my message to you in helping me and the candidates that are running with me for re-election is to get the word out, to get out and vote on April 1st, because that'll make all the difference in the world. As you've seen and heard, there could be some good candidates out there. There could be some bad candidates out there, but it's for you to choose and to seek out and understand what they stand for, and certainly how they stand for the Arab American community. So on April 1st, my final ask is to support my re-election as mayor of the city of Palos Hills, and to the council members that are running with me. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mayor. We appreciate it. A shout out to Badia Ali. Where's Badia? Is he here? No? The Alley family, they're not here?
I was with him an hour ago. He has anything we couldn't get away from.
Great guy, great family. His uncle Waleed was a good friend of mine. There were only 600 Arab families on the southeast side of Chicago in the 1950s and 60s. His family was one of the best. All right, I'd like to invite Monica Gordon, our clerk, to come up and say a few words.
Thank you.
Monica, thank you so much for coming.
Hello, everyone. I just wanted to talk about my support for the Arab American community, a community that has supported me, and I promise to do the same. And let's talk about specifically how I want to support my Arab American community in Cook County. Everything my office do is built on equity. And it is very concerning to me, as it is to you, how there's no location now in Bridgeview. So part of my strategy for my first 100 days is to find a solution to make sure that you have the access that's needed in Bridgeview. I am working with Mayor Lendeck, who I am greatly appreciative of because he's committed to this issue. But that is something that I promise you we will have some type of solution within the first 100 days to make sure that equity is given to such a valuable community, a community that contributes tremendously to the growth of Cook County. So I thank you all for your support. I thank you for your work, and I thank you for being a very integral part of the second largest county in the country. Shukran.
Shukran, thank you. Arab Americans are a big voting population in this region, and we do vote. We come out and vote. And we appreciate all the candidates who come out here and speak to us, who respect us. And unlike Mayor Pekau, which is kind of a four-letter word that I'm not going to let up on, I really don't care. They respect us, and we want them to come up here. I'd like to introduce a former state rep, Cyril Nichols, who introduced the Minority Business Enterprise Law. The Minority Business Enterprise, we don't understand how important that law is. MENA is important. The Middle East and North Africa designation, they recognizes us, but the Minority Business Enterprise Law in this state, in this city, in this county, ensures that 25% of every contract dollar goes to individual groups that are included in that. Minority Business Enterprises for Arab Americans would have given our businesses an opportunity at first shot at almost $3-4 billion in contracts every year, simply because we were part of that designation. It's still out there, and I'm going to invite Cyril Nichols to talk about what he did and why it's so important.
Come on, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. Well, assalamu alaikum. Allah Akbar. Hey, listen, first I want to thank the people that prepared the food today for us to nourish our bodies. If we can get them a hand. It's always, I come from humble beginnings. It's always good to acknowledge people that do the work behind the scenes, and you know, we kind of sometimes forget about while we are feeling really good in our bellies right now. So I just thank them for that. My colleagues, Representative Rita and Abdel Nasser, if he's still around, and Senator, I'd like to thank you guys for coming out and being a part of this organization. When I first became a representative, this is one of the first organizations that I worked with directly. And I want everybody to understand that anybody that comes up here to speak before you, they work for you. You don't work for them. You elect them to carry your voice. And it is so important, and this is the message that I carry often, it is so important that we vote. It is very important that we understand the power of your vote collectively. One of the things that I never do prepared speeches, I just ask God to speak through me. One of the things that I recognized recently is that there is a divide and conquer strategy. And if they can keep your community divided, then collectively you cannot come together to actually have your voice heard. So we went through some of these things in the black community. I'm a history by my degrees, a history major, and that, you know, we were given different names and different titles. We was colored, we was Negroid, we were black, African American. It's important that you understand the previous speakers so that you're proud when they say the word Arab. I should have got applause for that. You have to be proud of who you are and which you represent. Because your children and your unborn children are relying on the elders in this room so that the giants that come against you, you don't pass down to your children. This is very important. Family and respect is very important. If there's any young people in the room, you have to respect your elders. You cannot let social media and society dictate how you respond to your elders. Give you an example. I got 2 kids, both of them in college now. I pay for the phone bill. Have you ever tried to take your phone, the phone that you pay for your children? Have you ever asked them, give me your phone, and what was the response? Well, I can tell you my family didn't go real well, and I'm paying for the bill, right? So again, this is one of those distractions, right? This is one of these societal distractions that is used now to control whom we birth. This is very important because schools have to be open to teaching different cultures and different sensitivities. It's just kind of disturbing to hear Ray give a number of how many people been suspended in your community from school. I mean, that's serious, and we should be speaking up about that. To the bill, as we say in Springfield, I've never filed a bill that I was not asked to file. This bill was given to me from this community. We have to understand there's a $52 to $57 billion budget, not counting roads and bridges. That's another 50 plus billion that you are part of. The designation of that bill would have given you an opportunity as a minority status to tap into the contracts that at this point 32% should go to minority communities by law. So we just have to understand the people that we represent, that we elect, that represent us, carries your voice. It's not the other way around. It's not the other way around. And so for the record, by the way, I retired my position so that I can work in the workforce development of this state. And I'm doing it on my own, right? Because I understood when I served in the chamber for 4 years that we have jobs that we have to fill in this state. And if we, us, the people, do not demand that our children and our community and our elders are trained for workforce development, then the things that's happening in our community are going to elevate the crime, right? The mental health, the healthcare disparities, because we don't have nurses. We're down 5,000 plus nurses. We're down 5,000 to 10,000 educators. We're down first responders. We have to look at this and start to acknowledge it so that we can change it. This group has been, I'm trying not to get real emotional because this group supported me. I love you. And we are a family. If black folk and Arabs will come together in a true coalition, then you can start to see real change. As I was studying the Quran a little earlier this morning, and I looked and said, you know, what does family mean? Family means everything in that book, that beautiful book. Let's get back to family, and let's get back to loving each other and supporting each other, and that's when we'll definitely see change. Thank you.
Thank you, Cyril. And one note about Cyril Nichols. The leadership in Springfield, I don't always understand where they're going or what they're doing. Ask them to be a team player and step down. He stepped down. His name was still on the ballot. He got more votes than any of the candidates who were still on the ballot running. So that's a really credit to him. He's a hard worker in the community, and we appreciate it. Thank you, Cyril. I'd like to invite Mary Alexander Basta, who is the mayor of Bolingbrook, another longtime supporter. She helped me get off my stand-up comedy routine. I'm nothing like the entertainer you're going to be hearing in a few minutes. We have a few more speakers we're going to talk to, but she gave me an opportunity at first stage, right? You were so much more hospitable than Zanies, okay? And Jackie Mason, they didn't like me. Mary Alexander Bassa, the mayor of Bolingbrook.
Is it morning or afternoon still? So good morning, everyone. Oh, you guys have a food coma. That food was good. Good morning, everyone. I definitely want to thank Uncle Khalil, Ray, everybody that's heading up this organization. It is always an honor to come together, and I'm going to stay on task here as we celebrate democracy, civic engagement, and the strength of the Arab community. As an Egyptian American, as an immigrant, and as mayor of Bolingbrook, I understand deeply the importance of representation, participation, and the power of our voices in shaping the future of our cities, our state, and our nation. The Arab American community is a vital part of the American fabric. We are business owners, teachers, doctors, public servants, and community leaders. We contribute to the economy, enrich the culture, and uphold the values of hard work and perseverance that define this great country. But perhaps most importantly, we are engaged citizens who believe in the promise of democracy and the need to protect and strengthen it for the future generations. Democracy is not a spectator sport. It requires each of us to take an active role, whether by voting, running for office, advocating for policies that matter to our families, or simply making our voices heard in our local communities. Far too long, Arab Americans have underrepresented themselves in politics, but that changes today. We are seeing more Arab Americans stepping up, being elected, and making a difference. It is up to us to continue this momentum and ensure that our community is always at the table and never is it on the sidelines. I am proud to be a part of this movement, and I am committed to ensuring that our voices are heard, not just in Bolingbrook, but across Illinois and the entire country. We must continue to support and uplift one another, to break boundaries, and to lead with integrity and purpose. To the young people in this room, I say to you, your voice truly does matter. Your vote matters, and the future is yours to shape. Get involved, ask questions, and never doubt that you have the power to change your community for the better. Let us leave here today with a renowned commitment to civic engagement, to lifting each other up, and to ensuring that Arab Americans remain an integral part of the democratic process. Together, we can build a future that reflects our values, our aspirations, and our unwavering belief to the promises of America. May we continue to rise together. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce our next guest. It took me forever to get her last name right, and that comes from a guy who couldn't even pronounce his own name when he was going to school. Marianne Sparopoulos, our circuit clerk. Thank you, Marianne. Clerk of the Circuit Court. I always called her circuit clerk. I'm sorry, as a reporter covering the county.
We'll get there,
Thank
Ray.
you for coming.
We'll get there together. Mariana Sparopoulos rhymes with metropolis. I'm the new clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County. So thank you. Thank you. I served for 15 years at the Water Reclamation District, and I see some of my fellow colleagues, Commissioner Precious Brady Davis, Vice President at the Water Reclamation District, Patricia Teresa Flynn, and I'm so lucky to have Commissioner Beth Kirkwood be appointed by the governor to replace me, and she's doing a wonderful job. So thank you all for the wonderful work that the Water Reclamation District does. So I've been an attorney for 30 years. I switched to run for clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County to make this office accountable, efficient, and make it more accessible to communities. But I could not have won in this journey in public service without the support of the Arab American Democratic Club with the new name of
Democracy Coalition.
Arab American Democracy Coalition. So I'll get that right because I'll be coming for the next at least 20 years. I appreciate your support. As a proud immigrant, as a proud Greek American, our communities have many parallels in terms of trying to make our path, in terms of starting small businesses. My father was a friend of many in the Arab American community, and I want to continue that tradition. I'm just here to say thank you. I did win my election. I'm not asking for anything. I want you to know that I'm here to support and to say thank you for all of your support helping me in my path of public service.
And she took the words out of my mouth. We wanted to congratulate and welcome Precious Brady, Beth Kirkwood, and Teresa Flynn. Great people at the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District. We got a lot of officials here. We're going to go through a few, and then we're going to do our entertainment. I'd like Senator Mike Hastings has been a big supporter of ours. He wanted to be here. He couldn't be here, but he asked that I introduce Tracy Sullivan, and maybe if Tracy Sullivan wants to bring up her team first to say a few words. And just so you know, we support everybody that supports us. But some of these first people, they bought ads, they bought tables, they've been at all our meetings, they've donated for us, and we welcome them. So Tracy Sullivan.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having us today. This is my third time at this wonderful brunch. I'm currently on the board at Marine Valley Community College. Again, my name is Tracy Sullivan. I have my slate. If you want to step up here behind me so folks can see you, I want to make sure you know we have information for you on your tables. Orland Township United. We have running for Supervisor Rich Kelly, for Clerk Cindy Murray, my incredible friend Antonio Rubino, who's here with us running for Assessor. One of the hardest working, competent, and fabulous people that you would know. Others running for trustee with us, Mike Schofield is here today, Lena Matarea, who will speak in just a moment, Danny Flores, yeah, you, Lena, sorry, and Kelly Metzger. We have an incredible team. Why is it important that you vote for this slate? Orland Township United. These are people who all the time work together, not just at campaign time. It's not just a slogan. It's who they are. Integrity, transparency, people who want to listen to you, want to make sure you're heard, make sure we understand your needs and represent Orland Township to the very best of our ability. We need your help because we have two slates running against us. And we want Orland Township to be the best it possibly can be. And that's why I implore you to share this information with your friends and family. Orland Township United. I'm running for Highway Commissioner, Tracy Maureen Sullivan, or as I like to say, vote for the Irish girl. The reason that we're running is to make sure things are done right. I want to be clear, we are not running for the village of Orland Park. We are the township. We want to make sure that the dollars are spent accurately, we are transparent with the taxpayers, that the needs are met and that you're heard, whether it's through the food pantry, whether it's through what you need for your families with the nurse's closet, and making sure everyone feels included and that there's understanding and you're heard. I think that may be lacking in our township right now, and that's why I personally want to do better all the time on behalf of the taxpayers of Orland Township. So please share this information with your friends and family, and I'd like to ask Lena to step up to the microphone for just a moment.
Assalamu alaikum. It's nice to be here. I've been to this event over time, but I'm very proud of the slate that I'm running with. It's such a diverse group. It's so important for us to be united and realize that it does take everyone to combine together, work together in order to have a community function and where everyone is welcome and respected, and that's my ultimate goal. So please make sure you get out and vote April 1st. Your vote does matter. And to cover it, the Orland Township does include Tinley Park, Orland Park, and Orland Hills. Thank you, guys.
Again, Orland Township United, we're here because we want to serve our community and we do what's right. These are people who I trust, who our friends and family trust, and I hope you as voting in Orland Park, Orland Hills, or Tinley Park will trust Orland Township United. So thank you to this great slate for running a clean and positive campaign. We look forward to earning your vote. I'd like to take a moment to include my friends from Tinley Together to join me at the microphone. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. Good morning, one and all. My name is Michael Maloney. I'm running for mayor of Tinley Park. Lived in Tinley Park for decades now. One of my first things we did when we first moved into a house in Tinley Park was I told my wife we should organize a block party, get to know our neighbors. When I put some flyers out in some mailboxes, people loved it. They were just dying to come and meet their neighbors, even though you live right next door to someone. Yeah, we want to get together and know each other and enjoy the afternoon. Once again, when we moved across town to another subdivision, I did the same thing, and it's been a tradition now that I've passed on to some younger folks, homeowners that live there too. So the ticket itself, I'm running for mayor, like I mentioned. Cindy O'Boyle, who is a nurse a charge nurse at Laurie Children's Hospital, she's running for the clerk. We have Matt Walsh with me here today. Matt, former police chief at Tinley Park, he's running for trustee. Melissa Sanfilippo, she's also running for trustee. And Eric Schmidt has been involved with the Bulldogs baseball, football, wrestling program for quite some time. He's running for trustee also. We're just trying to, bring the community back together. It seems like since a couple of decades that I've lived in Tinley Park, there's been some division or whatnot too, and we want to bring that all back together. We want to have everybody enjoying that and include everyone. We want to be an inclusive community. So welcome one and all to Tinley Park, and just want to encourage you to get out there and vote. You can vote early before April 1st, or come on out April 1st and join us. Matt's got a couple of things I'd like to say. Matt Walsh.
Thank you for allowing me to speak today. My name is Matt Walsh. I'm the former police chief of Tinley Park. I'm running on public safety. It's been said that there's been 30 officers hired in Tinley Park. There has, but 30 have left. When I left, there was 91 officers. There's 86 now. The police department is woefully understaffed and overworked, and I hope to be able to recruit and retain officers to make sure that the community is safe. The fire department's part-time. They're trying to get full-time, but it's very inexperienced. The ambulance service is contracted. We need full-time paramedics. The amount of money that people, taxes that people pay in Tinley Park, this is unacceptable and it needs to change. Thank you.
And of course, we have a lot of other candidates. We're going to take a quick break right now by introducing our stand-up comic, Amar Zahar. Where are you, Amar? And I know we got a big program, but we want to thank everybody for coming. Be patient. Everybody's going to be recognized. We're going to give everybody an opportunity who stomps on the picture of Keith Pekau, which is right here behind the podium, to get up and speak. So, Amar, the floor is yours.
I'll take a more enthusiastic introduction than that, Ray.
Mayor Straz, the Mayor Palis Height is the mayor here. There he is. Mayor Strauss. Then we got Jim Dodge right after him. Mayor Mike Lotz. Thanks, Ray. Mayor, thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure. Appreciate it. Thanks, Ray. I have to say I'm a short hitter here. This is my first time being here, so and I probably wouldn't have been here unless Mohammed Jabbar, who happens to be a fellow Rotarian with me, invited me to come to this nice reception. And I'm here with you guys. This is great. I never didn't understand your organization. I do now, and I support you wholeheartedly. Again, I'm running for re-election. I've been mayor of the city of Palos Heights for the last 24 years. Not quite as long as Jerry, but I have ambitions, Jerry. No. But going forward, when I took office 24 years ago, we were broke, basically. We had $250,000 in our main checking account, and that was borrowed from the water and sewer fund. We did a couple things, and over the years, for the last 23 years, we've run at a surplus. So that's just something we can do. We've had a lot of, Palos Heights happens to be one of the smallest towns in the area, not geographically, but just in general. But keep it in mind, we're one of the only towns that actually has a four-year university, a nature center. We got a world-renowned hospital now with Northwestern taking over Palos. We got the bike paths. We've got great high schools, great grammar schools. So if you're looking for places to live, Palos Heights would be a good opportunity. I'm looking for votes, so you can even come vote for me if you move out there. So again, I don't want to take too much of your time, but thanks again for the invitation, and I'm here with you guys.
We got a great candidate. The theme of my message, stomp out Mayor Keith Pekau. All right, remember that. I'm going to get buttons made, and I'm going to autograph them. This guy, Jim Dodge, has been a trustee for I don't know how many years. He knows the budget. He's fair to everybody. I want to bring Jim Dodge up to talk about his candidacy. He's running for mayor of Orland Park on a great slate. Jim Dodge.
Thanks, Ray. Ray's been a friend for many years, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here. I'll keep this very short. I don't think anybody's going to mind with short. I certainly can't compete with the speaker earlier. But the name of my party is Orland Park for All, and we did that for a very specific reason. Everybody I know in Orland Park was mortified and ashamed that Keith Pekau insulted Americans who happened to be Arab Americans that evening in that village board meeting. Totally unacceptable of how he treated American citizens, and that's one of the reasons we're running. The first platform we put out to people was respect for all. It's really simple. We're simply not going to do things the way Keith Pekau has been running Orland Park. The financials are a mess. The police department's unhappy. Just about every meeting is unfortunately a greatest hits where he gavels down citizens speaking their mind. There's some great comments made earlier. If people are trying to shut you up, there's a reason. He had people cleared from the room with the police department, then he didn't let them back in for the simple act of asking to be heard about an issue that was important to an important group in Orland Park. So Ray was very gracious. I was on the board for 32 years, not quite Mayor Bennett's record, but I love Orland Park. I want Orland Park to go back to being a welcoming place that it is. Orland Park is a better place for the community commitment that we've gotten from the Arab Americans. And over the years, and I said this story the other night that I'm going to sit back down, when the question of the prayer center and the mosque came up to the village board, I was a trustee then, working closely with Dan McLaughlin. And for us, it was a really simple question. Friends and family wanted a house of worship. That's it. Friends and family wanted a house of worship. So we went down that pathway to do the right thing for the people of our community, and Orland Park is a better place of it. That's what we want to return to. So, thank you.
Wasfi Tolamet, we want to bring you up here for a minute. We've had some big sponsors, and we want to give them a moment, a couple minutes to say a few words. Our program book has all the people that joined us, bought ads, and they should be acknowledged. Support them. They took the time to support the community. The Arab Democratic Club, we don't get paid anything. We do this for free. Whatever we raise goes back to the community and education. So where's Wasfi? Is he coming? Okay. Come on. You represent a fighter, Wasfi. Come on, bring him up. Just don't have him beat the crap out of me. This is election season. By the way, my mother's from Bethlehem. Jesus is my cousin. There you go, buddy.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? I hope everybody good. Thanks God. Thanks God. This is my fighter, Jojo. He's 23-time United States champion. Let him say his word.
So, hello everyone and good morning. My name is Joseph Alnongia. I am a 23-time national champion, #1 in the United States and #1 in the world. So I have one world title under my belt, #1 in the world under 19 and currently 17 years old. Something else that I went ahead and done throughout my career, I started college at 13 and now 17, I'm finishing up my last semester of my bachelor's in marketing. I currently have an associate's in arts and science, so I've been trying my hardest to complete all of my goals early and I've been succeeding so far, and I'm really thankful for all of the support and then knowing that there's many more great things to come within my career, so stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Enjoy yourself. I hope there will be peace and Gaza, peace and Jerusalem. Jerusalem, there will be international peacekeeper take care of that state. Not for this, not for this. United, guys, all one voice. Christian, Jewish, Muslim, one hand. Against the criminal Netanyahu and Trump. Thank you, God. God bless.
Joseph. Thank you. Jason Owenongio is a great fighter. Cassius Clay was a great fighter. He changed his name to Muhammad Ali. Jason, we will let you take the name
Joseph.
Joseph. What do I know? I'm Arabic. English is my second language. Joseph, we're going to give you the name Mohammed Jabber, okay? You can take that name and you can box under that name. Is that all right, Wasfi? You can do that?
You got it.
All right, buddy. Other people that are here, I want to invite you up. Candidates, other candidates, please just raise your hand, come up. If we don't have everybody, I want to make sure everybody gets an opportunity to speak. Anybody else? We have the Jordanian Council, Hassan Suez. Hassan, it's always good to see you, buddy. I wish you were at the meeting with Trump, okay? Because I know Trump would have left with a black eye. So. All right. I think I just want to say thank you then to everybody for showing up. If we didn't miss anybody, any candidates? Oh, yeah, come on up.
Mike Howley from Hickory Hills.
Mike Howley from Hickory Hills. I'm sorry, Mike, I apologize. You know, even with glasses, I can only see 10 feet. You want to say a few words? All right, after they made Mayor Bennett 45 minutes into a god. Amr Zahar. Anybody else? All right, Ahmed is going to close. Ahmed Sus, our president. Thank you so much, Ahmed. Good job today.
Thank you, Ray. Everyone, again, thank you for coming out. I'm sure the politicians in the room appreciate your support. Don't forget to vote during the elections and encourage your family and friends. Like I said earlier, that complaining is not enough, okay? Take the elections as your opportunity to do something. Since no one else wants to speak, we're gonna open up the room kind of as a meet and greet. So you guys have seen the politicians, you know who they are. Feel free to approach them, they're all friendly. And again, thank you very much.